Welcome once again to the lecture on infrared spectroscopy. Last time we have seen one example. Today I have got some 14 examples. We'll try to solve all these today, and maybe in next lecture we'll have more examples, more application part of IR spectroscopy. So as I said, these are the molecular formulas and these are the infrared spectrum data, spectral data. So pure IR problems are there. Eventually we have to see UV IR combined problems, and once we are done with that, then we have to look at the application of UV and IR comprehensively before we go to the proton NMR spectroscopy. Once proton NMR spectroscopy is done, pure NMR problems, and then UV IR NMR combined problems. So this session is more or less like numericals. If you are good at solving the numericals, then you are good, otherwise scoring would be difficult. So to begin with, let us start with the first example. Now since this part is clean, I am putting the example here. This is C3H4 3300 reciprocal of centimeter. Now this is molecular formula, this is IR data. Okay, so 3300 can be NH or bonded OH or unsymmetrical alkyne. Okay, so looking at molecular formula, these two are excluded because we don't have nitrogen, neither we have oxygen. So the most probable situation is we got to have terminal alkynes. So looking at the sites of unsaturation, if you compare it with parent hydrocarbon, then the hydrogen deficiency is 4. So 2 sites of unsaturation. Okay, now 2 sites of unsaturation can account for the triple bond. So for 3 carbon unit, it has to be like this is 3 carbon unit with terminal alkyne, and of course this is CH3, because we have to look at the tetravalency of carbon. So the effective molecular structure is this propyne or 1 propyne. Like in this case it will be 1, 2, 3. The nomenclature says that minimum number to the functional group longest chain is 3. So it is 1 propyne. That is the correct structure of the first data or first thing. Okay, so I am going to clean this part. Okay, now looking at the second example. Now second example, C3H6O, we can neglect oxygen. So C3H6 and the corresponding hydrocarbon, saturated hydrocarbon is C3H8 minus C3H6. So 2 hydrogens are missing, so 1 site of unsaturation. Okay, now 1 site of unsaturation, in this case this correspond to double bond. These are CH bending vibrations of monosubstituted alkene. So you got to have a double bond, and therefore this has to be in the form of ether, because this cannot account for the site of unsaturation. So for 3 carbon unit, we can say that this is the structure. This is methyl vinyl ether. 6 hydrogens are there. So 3, 4, 5, 6. 1 site of unsaturation is because of the double bond. That is how we are supposed to put it. And now this is monosubstituted alkene. Monosubstituted because 3 hydrogens you can see. This is first hydrogen, second and third are there. So this is monosubstituted alkene, So for monosubstituted alkene, these are CH outer plane bending vibrations, and that's why the correct structure is this ether. Okay. Now looking at the third example, once again 1620 corresponds to a double bond, and 990 910 is once again CH outer plane bending vibration. C4H8, there are, I will put it here now, C4H10 is the parent hydrocarbon, C4H6 two sides of unsaturation. Okay. So two sides of unsaturation, for 4 carbon unit you can have 2 double bonds, that is there. This is C4H6, 1 2 3 4, and then 2 4 5 and 6. So this is 1 3 butadiene, because 1620 accounts for C double bond, C stretching, and 910 and 990 this is CH outer plane bending vibration. If I consider this as alkene, this is monosubstitution. If I consider this as alkene, this is monosubstitution. So that is the correct structure which can account for all these IR peaks. Okay. Moving on to the next example, C5H8O. Once again C5H12, C5H8. Now this is saturated hydrocarbon. We have seen that for C5 H2N plus 2, that is 10 plus 2, that is 12, and hydrogen deficiency is 4. So two sides of unsaturation are there. Now 1780 corresponds to carbonyl group, because oxygen is there, and probably this is the carbonyl group of a small ring. Because of the ring strain, the value is high. So I will put the structure directly. This is one site of unsaturation, this is second site of unsaturation. That alicyclic ring accounts for one site of unsaturation, and carbonyl is second site of unsaturation, and because of ring strain the value of carbonyl stretching is higher. The fifth example, C6H10O, 2720 is CH of aldehyde, and this is carbonyl of aldehyde. So I will just underline these things. So this is for CH, this is for carbonyl. So this is going to be an aldehyde, C6H14 minus C6H10. So once again two sides of unsaturation, and for C6H10O you got to have the two sides of unsaturation are to be accounted for. So I will put aldehyde here straight away, and for 6 carbon unit you can have this, and maybe substituent, see 1 2 3 4 5 6. So that is 2720 is this CH, and this is 1700 because it is conjugated aldehyde, because the conjugation lowers the carbonyl stretch. That is one of the structure. You can think of other structures also, but to begin with that is fine. Moving on to the sixth structure, C7H6O, C7H16, C7H6, 10 hydrogens are missing. So 5 sides of unsaturation. 5 sides of unsaturation, you can think of so many things here, like 3400, 2250, 1700. They are all you can have, say OH you can have, 2250 you can have C triple bond C, 1700 you can have carbonyl group also, and so on. So based upon all these, 1450 1600 be aromatic ring also. So there are quite a few structures possible. For C7H6 you can have, say, C triple bond C. So two sides of unsaturations are gone, right? Then you can have carbonyl, that is third side, and three sides of unsaturation. You can 2750 be, this is so partial structure I am drawing. Maybe you can have other alternatives also, like C7H6O can be a complicated structure also. So this is two sides, three sides, and then you are left with three. I will just put CH3 here to clear it off, and then two more sides of unsaturations are there. So I will just put 2, 4, 5, 6 and maybe 7, something like this. Say two sides, one side. So 1700 is probably this one. 34 cannot be explained with this. So maybe ketoenol tautomerism here. So that is one of the structure. Now moving on to the next one, C3H7NO. Now this is C3H7, and then you have to put CH for nitrogen, oxygen you can neglect. So C4H8 and C4H10 minus C4H8. So two sides of unsaturations are there. Okay, two sides of unsaturation you can one side of unsaturation. So for this it is C3, so I will put CH2 CH3 here, because 3 to 5 to 7 carbonyl is there. So this 1650 is this one, this is 34 to 32, and 3029, that is CH stretching. 1550 C double bond N, because this primary amide can have double bond character, because if you involve this lone pair you can see this, these are the peaks which you can expect from a simple molecule like propanamide. Okay, C7H5OCl. So C7H6, I am neglecting oxygen, C7H16. So 10 hydrogens are missing, 5 sides of unsaturation. This is probably aromatic. Once again here these are CH, this is probably OH, 1780 probably COCl. I am just putting the probabilities. This is probably C triple bond C. So you have to put all these things together. So 5 sides of unsaturation, out of that CuCl is one side, this is another side, 3 sides, and 2 more you have to accommodate, so that this can be completed. So 1780 we have accounted, 1600 maybe 2, 3, 4, and maybe one more side. So 5 sides of unsaturation. You can think of aromatic ring also, but aromatic ring is less probable because you got to have, or you got to accommodate for so many things here. So 6 carbons are over, only 1 carbon is left, so that is COCl. This is one thing. 2200 cannot be explained with this. This can explain 31, 29, that is fine. This cannot be explained because this is different. Now here you can think of putting CH3. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and maybe some different structures we have to look at. 5 sides of unsaturation. So a little tricky. 1, 1780 probably acid chloride, and these are the requirements. So what I can think of is, you can have, let us say, 7 carbons. So 1 carbonyl I am blocking, that is one site of unsaturation, and triple bond here, that accounts for 2200. 17 is there, and you can 1, 2, 3, 4, one more site of unsaturation is there, that is probably Cl something, but this is also not coming correctly. You can think of some other structures. Next time we will come to the correct structure for this molecule. So I have already told you the fractions, what you can think of. C5H8O2, C5H12. So 2 sides of unsaturation for this molecule. 31, 29, 80, these are all CH. This is probably ester. This is once again some ester, maybe this one. This is CO, this is CH bending. So 2 sides of unsaturation. I am just putting the structure here directly, or maybe the other way around, because you got to show the higher frequency. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So 5, 6, 7, 8. This looks okay. These are explained. 1748 probably for this ester is fine, or you can have the other ester also. I'll put the other structure also, no problem. This or this. Okay. Now CH bendings are there which are olefinic, and that is how it is. Now the other one, C3H6, C3H8, one site of unsaturation. 3350 is once again the triple bond. C3H6, that looks little incorrect. But anyway, we'll put this as maybe one thing is missing. Maybe O is there, O is missing from the formula. So you can have, this is C3H6, HH, this is 1620, 990, 910. These are the out of plane bending vibrations for monosubstituted ring. This is for double bond, and this is 3350. So oxygen is missing in that thing. C4H6, C4H10 minus C4H6, 4 hydrogens are missing. So 2 sides of unsaturation. I am talking about 11th example. So CH and then CH to CH3. 3300 is for this, 21 is for C triple bond C, C3H5N 2200, C3H5N C5, and then a CH, C4H6, C4H10 minus C4H6, that is H4 by 2 is 2 sides of unsaturation, and probably this is nitrile because this is nitrile, and then only the remaining carbons you have to join them. So that is the nitrile. C6H10O, once again C6H14, two sides of unsaturation. This is carbonyl, this is double bond, so you can think of putting carbonyl and a double bond, and the rest of the things you can put in the form of carbons. So 3 carbon unit we have already put, and I can put the remaining here. So 1 2 3 4 5 and 6, so 5 3 8 1 carbon here, 1 hydrogen here, that accounts for C6H10O. Then C6H10O 1690 is conjugated carbonyl. You can have so many possible structures, so there is no restriction in terms of UV. So I'll just put it this way. C6H14 minus C6H10, so 4 hydrogens are missing, so 2 sides of unsaturation, 1 for this, 1 for this. So that is the correct structure. Only one example, maybe tomorrow I'll come up with the answer of that, maybe some tricky structure, but we'll do that also, and maybe in next lecture we'll have more applications of IR. We are just putting some basic examples, pure IR based example. We'll have to do UV IR combined problems also alongside, so it will be a good exercise, and all numericals would be there. So if any queries are there, you can write it to me, I'll respond. Okay. Thank you.